Okay, so what's the gossip on Leo spirit? We need clear, intuitive messages. Keep in mind, roles can be reversed. Take what resonate, leave out what does not resonate. What's the gossip on Leo? We got sexual protection. I don't know if y'all can see. We got fulfilling a fantasy. Depression. And we got I hate nothing about you. It's the gossip on Leo's trash. Throwing away, getting rid of, tossing out. So the gossip on you is that you could be letting go of, I'm hearing some form of like sexual tension. Um, and when I say that, I'm hearing temptation. You could be throwing out like getting rid of your old ways of being. Maybe you are feeling tension when it comes to wanting to have sex, but I feel like you could be forcing yourself not to. Maybe you could be celibate, or you could be just now practicing celibacy, or you could be abstinent. Just take what resonate. But I feel like people are saying that you got rid of your old ways of being promiscuous for your own sexual protection, because I feel like you realize that this is just not fulfilling you anymore. If you was that type, if you was the one that was out here sleeping with somebody or people, I feel like you decided to let go of that sort of like unhealthy habit. Basically, it may have caused you some form of depression, and you realize that, I'm trying to see what this is. Hold on one second. Maybe you realize you just didn't like the people that you were getting involved with. That's for some of my Leos. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to clarify. It's giving like you're not trying to bring that out on the people that you were dealing with. Like you're not trying to take something out on other people. If you have some form of, because some of y'all had a sex addiction. Some of y'all had a sex addiction, and maybe it was hard for you to force yourself to withhold from that. But I feel like some of y'all could be like basically kind of holding yourself accountable and not trying to bring your problems on to other people. You see what I'm saying? Some of you guys, maybe you realize you hurt other people, and that's something that you just don't want to do anymore. You know, especially if you was creating soul ties with somebody or a group of people. Some of you guys used to strip. Somebody used to be a streetwalker, maybe a prostitute. I don't know, child. Maybe an escort. Just take what resonate. I'm just reading the cards. So that's the gossip that you could be letting go of things in regards of people and sex and stuff like that that just don't serve you anymore. It's just not exciting you. It's not fulfilling you. You know, maybe you were, some of you guys, maybe you were trying to fill a void, but you realized that it caused you to be in a really dark place, you know, and it's giving like, you know, it's not like you didn't like the people that you were dealing with. It could just be, like I said, it's like no hard feelings, but it's not the simple fact that I don't like you or I don't like y'all, whoever you were involved with, or I hate y'all. It's just that you were trying to fill a void. It's like I said from the beginning, you could be trying to hold yourself accountable. You're not blaming other people for your unhealthy habits, basically. We got payback. It says payback, consequences returning, karma cycle, what goes around Time to settle accounts. So people are saying that you have decided to get rid of your old unhealthy habit, which could have been whatever I stated at the beginning, because maybe you start to realize you were getting some form of bad karma. Like something may have started to backfire on you. But I'm seeing that people are also saying that because you decide to withhold your sexual energy, whether you were practicing abstinence, celibacy, right, from people that may have wanted to sleep with you, you could be getting a payback. You could be getting some form of good karma. So you go from messing around with other people to you feel like, to, you know, you feel like it wasn't going nowhere. It was leading you to be very depressed and unhappy, to withholding that sexual tension or whatever and not doing the same thing that you were doing, to getting some form of good karma. So there is something that is getting ready to be turning back around in your favor. I'm getting all because you let go of trash people, or all because I feel like it's both, because you let of those sexual lovers that you were involved with, you let them go. And not only that, you could be like literally practicing celibacy. I'm hearing for some of you guys. And now it's like the wheel is turning in your favor because you've been withholding. You got sexual protection. Yeah, you've been withholding. Some of y'all definitely get some good karma because you haven't been doing that no more. You're getting exactly what it is that you may have wanted. Um, oh, these are people that wanted to see you depressed. It's giving Leo. It's like you go from being unaware to being aware. I'm also intuitively getting that. Maybe you was asleep. Maybe you was spiritually asleep, and now you're spiritually woke because you realizing I'm hearing the side effects. Now I'm hearing Mariah Carey, side effects. I know y'all heard that song before, but you start getting like, it's like you were basically, it's like the side effects of you was getting some form of effect to your body. I'm hearing, maybe I'm hearing like a mental, emotional, spiritual breakdown. Like I said, some of y'all go from being asleep to being aware and turn like reversing the karma. So whatever bad karma you felt like you were getting, or you felt like if that was part of your karma, sleeping around or whatever, or stripping, prostituting, escorting, whatever you were doing, right? Um, it's like when you start to withhold that and let go of that, it's like the wheels start to go in your favor. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, we got the divine intervention. Yeah, the divine intervened in this situation. It says unexpected guidance, universe stepping in, redirected paths, saved just in time. Yeah, you've been saved. Some of y'all actually have been saved. And maybe that is the gossip that Leo turned their life around. You went from doing what you were doing out here in these streets to being saved. Maybe some of y'all, maybe you got baptized or something, or you just had some form of revelation. Maybe you could be just spiritually woke now. You've been touched by an angel, I'm hearing. When I look at that card with that hand and that golden hand pointing the finger at that boy, y'all been woke. Like just like I stated. You realize you was chasing a fantasy that you felt like it just wasn't fulfilling you. It was making you depressed more than anything. But I'm getting something turning your favor because you got saved. Yeah, people saying that you got saved, or you are celibate, or you are abstinent, practicing abstinency, or it's like you are renewing yourself. You're getting this transformation with you guys. People talking about that. We got trust the signs. Trust the signs, paying attention to guidance, universe speaking clearly, following intuition, message received. Yeah, I feel like you have been saved because you listen to the signs. You didn't ignore your intuition. I feel like what really helped you wake up and become aware and let go of the old your old way of being is because the way it affected your body. I'm hearing your mental, your emotional, your spiritual being, your physical. This lady looks very depressed. Maybe it took you to be in a very dark spot in order for you to, it's like you had some form of a breakdown, a breakthrough. And then that's when you just decided to look at, go basically look, follow your intuition, Leo. That's exactly what you were doing. That's what people are saying. You got saved. It's either you got saved, literally got saved, baptized or something, or you just had some form of revelation, spiritual awakening, and you just been celibate. So if you are somebody that has been celibate or practicing abstinence, whatever the case may be, people are talking about it. People are definitely talking about it because I feel like your body, the reactions of your body is just like that was a sign right there that it's just time to stop. The way your body was feeling, I'm hearing it was taking a toll over you. But we got broken promises right here. So we got disappointed expectations, failed commitments, lost trust, words meant nothing. Yeah, I feel like your intuition may have telling you that it was going to lead to a lot of failed relationships, a lot of empty promises. It didn't really mean anything. And some of you guys, maybe you had a hard time forgiving somebody at one point in time, or just people. Like I said, you could have been the type of person that went from blaming other people to now holding accountability, being spiritually being sleep to being spiritually woke. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting a turnaround in your whole mindset. Like I'm getting you have a different outlook on life now. You're not blaming and holding resentment towards other people anymore. You're basically holding yourself accountable, but yeah, I feel like because when I see I hate nothing about you, it's telling me that some of you guys, you probably was holding some form of resentment and blaming other people because of the way it made you feel when you were dealing with these people. But now you're trusting yourself, you're trusting spirit, you are being guided to just cut ties with people, cut cords with people. Some of you guys, maybe you felt like you were trauma bonded to people, and you realize that the more you hold on to these people, even the words that they're speaking, empty promises, whatever, it wasn't fulfilled, basically. It led to a dead end and it led to a broken heart. You see what I'm saying? And that's what spirit been trying to guide you. Spirit been trying to tell you, like, listen, whatever you holding on to, people, places, things, it's going to fall. It's going to fall apart because it's giving like some of y'all may have been looking at love in the wrong places. I'm hearing. Maybe you've been trying to fill that void with, sleeping around or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, some of y'all, you could have been like a stripper, a prostitute, an escort, no shade. But I'm just getting this energy that's for those who can, acknowledge that without getting defensive. Some of you guys, you may have been in that energy at one point in time. You know, being, I'm not going to say it's kind of like a Jezebel, but I'm just seeing somebody literally change their way of thinking and change and started to allow their intuition to guide them in the right direction. It's giving breaking free, cutting cords, having a breakthrough, life turning around, literally having this revelation, following your heart, following your intuition. Some of you guys, it may have even got to the point where you don't even trust nobody no more. You know, I don't know why, but I'm hearing somebody, you may even have people owing you money. If you had some type of exchange, a transaction with somebody on a sex based level for somebody, this won't be for everybody. There is somebody that may have owed you money in the past and you never got it. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe you feel like somebody robbed you after they gave it to you. I don't know why. I feel like y'all been through a lot. Some of y'all definitely been in the streets. This lady is wearing what, high heels and I don't know what that called, stockings or whatever, and she's walking in the late night, streets or whatever. But whatever you want to call it, right? But that's the gossip that you have changed and you threw your old life away and you have renewed yourself. Spirit saved you, basically. It's getting saved. Some of y'all probably did have some form of revelation, some type of spiritual awakening. Some of y'all been baptized, all of that, but I'm just seeing things turn around, spirit blessing you because you allowing yourself to be saved and go through this new path of yours right here. I'm hearing right when you needed it. Like I said, some of y'all had a really breakdown. It took spirit to break you down in in order for you to have this wake up call and go in the right direction. Okay, let's clarify. So this is not a bad spread at all. I just feel like a lot of my Leos that I'm talking about that does resonate with this. So far, I feel like y'all have threw away your old self, your old life, and you have completely transformed. Spirit saved you. Yes, you saved yourself for real, for real. But I feel like you've been guided to go down another path. And it all has, I feel like, I'm just hearing tired, exhausted. It exhausted you. You felt like you just felt empty. You felt drained. You felt used. You felt abused. Some of y'all feel abused. Like I said, it don't have to be physical. It could be mentally, emotionally, spiritually draining you, psychologically. You were feeling a little lost at one point in time. We got death reverse. Some of y'all, you may have Scorpio or Capricorn in your chart, or you got rid of a Scorpio or Capricorn that didn't change. Yeah, I feel like you could be on the right path and there is somebody still stuck in their same ways, still stuck in the same ways that you left behind that they haven't changed. So yeah, this is somebody that you haven't spoke to in a while. I'm hearing bad news for the person that you walked away from. The person that don't want to change in the background that you walked away from, they definitely could be experiencing some form of karma. I'm hearing delays, bad news, Queen of Pentacles reverse. And this could be somebody that is not to be trusted. Some of you guys, this is somebody that owe you something. They wasn't loyal to you. So it's like the minute you step away from this person and get clean, because some of you guys, maybe whatever clean you want to call it, restored, renewed, body, heart, mind, soul, right? You change. The minute you pull back from I'm hearing from somebody that probably didn't want to change, the wheels start to go in your favor. But with them, since they don't want to change, they could be experiencing mad delays. They keep getting they may be getting bad news in regards of money. Yeah, I just feel like this is somebody that's lost. It's like you have been found and they have been lost. I don't know why, but I'm getting opposite energy. This could be an opposite sign of yours, or this is somebody that's totally different from you. Well, now they is, especially if you're not living the lifestyle that they're living anymore. But we got the moon reverse, and I'm gonna clarify these cards because I want to know. Wow, maybe somebody's in their feelings. There is somebody is not listening to their intuition. They're having a hard time making progress in their life. They could be hurting because maybe they feel like they forced you to move on. This could be somebody that left you behind, or you left them, or it was mutual. I don't know. But somebody could be in their feelings. They could be having car problems. Like I said, they could be having they are experiencing bad news after bad news after bad news in regards of their money, maybe even things that is being found out about them are being revealed. They in their feelings because they're not making progress. There has been a slowdown. This could be a water sign that you left behind, like I stated from the beginning. I'm seeing Scorpio and Cancer. Some of y'all could be a Sagittarius you left behind. Just take what resonate. But we about to get into this and see what else is happening with this person that won't change, that you had to leave behind. Some of y'all, the person that didn't want to change, that you had to leave behind, was either a lover, a family member you had to cut off, or a friend, or maybe all three. I don't know, but somebody getting bad karma will turn in your favor. You being saved, but with them payback with the death reverse, I'm seeing bad karma because somebody don't want to change. Yeah, delays in travel. Like I said, some of y'all, they caught something wrong with their car. Money ain't right. This could be somebody that's definitely unstable right now, insecure. Yeah, they living in their dark. They live in their shadow. Yeah, this is somebody that knows that they messed up. It says knowing they effed up. They want to resurrect something with you, but they feel like they can't because maybe this is somebody that blocked you and you was forced to move on. That's for some of my Leos. Or you just haven't spoke to this person a long time. Yeah, because of their bad choices. I told you it's something, the tables is turning because you went down the right path. You changed your life around, went down the right path. They still stuck in the same 3D lifestyle. And ever since you got saved or you felt like the need that you need to protect yourself from this person and stay away from people that's still stuck in their lives, in the toxic habits that they are in, that you just left from, listen, it's like you, I'm telling you, I feel like you were forced to remove yourself. And because that, and you in a safe zone, it's like bad karma for somebody and their bad choices. And just, yeah, somebody knows that they messed up. They made a wrong decision about you. If this is somebody that blocked you, Leo, somebody feels like they made a wrong decision about you. So, you know what I'm hearing? The gossip is really that everybody that knows that you have changed your life around, and you could be celibate or you could be saving yourself and walking down a righteous path, because I'm hearing that for some of you guys. People on the outside saying, talking about that, but I feel like there is somebody in the background that is concerned about they're thinking about what has happened between the two of you, because their decision to block you, ignore you, or get rid of you, or force you to walk away, it's like something in the background is happening to them. Somebody knows they messed up. They made the wrong decision. Maybe they chose somebody over you. We got love story once in a yeah, somebody knows that they made a wrong decision. They turned their back on you. Maybe they try to make it seem like you were bad for them. You wasn't good for them. But yeah, this is somebody that may have got rid of you or forced you to push you away to the point where they may have been loyal to somebody that thought that they was a lover. But come to find out that wasn't the right choice. Somebody chose the wrong person. This person is lost. They've been given to the wrong person. And this could be somebody that they may have a tie to. Wow. This person is expecting a child. I feel like you already found out. Some of you guys, you already found out that this person is expecting a child, and they decided to choose somebody over you because they was expecting a child. But you want to know what's crazy? I feel like this person already knew that you was the love of their life. It's just that they felt like they had to stay with that other person because of a child. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And now they regret it because they're stuck in a karmic situation. This person's so stressed out they could be smoking. They didn't give to you. Wow. Yeah, somebody um blocked you or left you for a karmic, and then they end up getting that person pregnant, and then that really forced them to stay. Like I said, I kept hearing forced when I was looking at that chariot card reversed. Like it forced you to move on. But spirit was protecting you, I'm hearing. That's probably why I kept hearing saved. So not only you could be saving yourself and practicing celibacy or whatever, right? But spirit has also been saving you if this person pushed you away because of what they got going on in the background. So you got people gossiping about how you change your life, which could just be friends and family members talking about how you change your life. You don't do the things that you used to do anymore, and you no longer trust anybody, and you maybe you want to be left alone. And then you got somebody in the background thinking about you, thinking about the decision that they have made. Wow, Cloud Chaser wanted to come out, so maybe this person cared about their reputation. They didn't want to look at it as they was the bad guy if they would have chose you. So somebody felt like if they would have left somebody that's they got pregnant, they would have felt wrong. They would have felt guilty for getting somebody pregnant and leaving them for you. They cared about what other people was going to say if they left their lover that they got pregnant to come towards you. We got photoshopped, fake perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, filter beyond recognition. I just feel like I'm hearing it's not all what it seems when it comes to the person that they're dealing with. If you want to intuitively read it like that. So they made it seem like they are happy with somebody else. Things are perfect, but it was fake. It was artificial. Somebody knows that they were living a lie. They know they messed up. They know that they were living a lie. You was the more authentic one. They were living a lie. Like I said, it was based on what another person or people think on the other side where they at. They thought you were probably being fake. Like I said from the beginning, they thought that you was the toxic one. They thought that you was a bad influence. And I feel like the only reason why they thought this at first is because how deep y'all bond is. That's the only reason why they looked at you. This is somebody that misjudged you. And I feel like people are misjudging you if you put it all together. If people that know you change yourself, you have you living, you going down a righteous path and you change yourself, looking at all of this together is looking like you were heavily misjudged. Literally. I feel like people may not understand why you moving the way you're moving because I feel like you changed. Like I said, they don't understand. They never I feel like you was misunderstood. You was misunderstood and you was misjudged if you want to look at it the whole spread like this. And that's exactly what this lover did. Just as well as family, just as well as friends, not understanding why you decided to, let go of your old lifestyle, the old ways of being. while this person's still living in the shadows. This person didn't think y'all connection was real. They didn't think you were real. Yeah, Leo, overall, you were heavily misunderstood and misjudged. I'm hearing nobody will understand the path that you were taking, but you understand. And now this person is now waking up. They're slowly waking up. They know they haven't made no changes because they're in bad karma right now. Things are messed up right now. Their money, their vehicle, they may have been exposed, whether they've been exposed by somebody in the background or you. Maybe you exposed. Some of y'all, this person probably don't even know that you know. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel like even if you do know what happened and you never confronted this person, they got a feeling that you do know. That's crazy. But yeah, that's the gossip that you have changed your life and people don't understand why. And you're being judged. But the person that love her, they don't want us waking up and realizing that they misjudge you. Now the friends and family members, they may not understand your path, and that's cool. But that lover that left you for somebody else, Leo, because I'm getting two different storylines with different groups of people. That lover that left you for somebody else, that's the person that's slowly waking up and realizing that y'all bond was something deeper. They don't get another you. This is a once in a lifetime type of love. And you know what's crazy? Some of y'all you did met this person when you did meet this person, if I can talk right, when you were celibate. I feel like you were still in the mix of your journey of, rebuilding yourself up, however that looks, when you cross paths with this person. And maybe you try to get them on the right page. You try to get them to come with you. You try to get them on the right path. I'm not saying you was forcing your beliefs on them or forcing them to change. And I feel like that's what you didn't want. You wanted them to want you on their own. But you let them go. If they wanted to go, it's like, okay, I'm gonna let them go. And now somebody is like slowly waking up and realizing what they did was totally wrong. Yeah, that's the gossip. The gossip is that people don't understand your path, but you do. But the lover, they're starting now, they understand. They don't get another you. Told you. Hold on. This person thought that you had some type of hidden agenda because you were so nice to them, you were so kind. I don't know, maybe you offer some level of support. This person thought that your genuineness, your kindness, the way you present yourself as this sweet person, they thought that you had a hidden motive. They thought that you were being desperate. They thought that you was being fake. And that's why we got Photoshop right here. They thought that, oh, I never met somebody this sweet. What's the catch? Like this person thought that you were a fraud. They thought that you was too good to be true. Literally. But you were only a blessing to this person. You were a gift to this person. Spirit handed them a gift, which was you. And they ain't even realize that it was in front of their face until they left and all their life is going downhill. This person thought you were like a fraud. They ain't never had somebody that was as genuine as you came across to this person. They thought, oh, she's being so nice, so kind, so sweet. She offered me this, that, and the third. She's giving me ideas. Whatever you said to this person, they thought that it was a hidden motive. They thought you was fake. I'm telling you. They thought the connection, the bond y'all had was fake because it was so deep. They thought that you being kind and nice and sweet was a catch. Like you had something up your sleeve, like you wanted something from them. Like I said, this person tried to make it seem like you were being desperate, but no, you genuinely did like this person. You felt the connection just as well as they did. But instead, they was like, this person was in a negative mind space about you. This person misjudged you. I told you, you was misunderstood. You was misjudged by people. And you still are when it comes to friends and family, whoever you cut off, because they don't understand your path. But the one that's slowly waking up, this person is realizing that they will never get somebody like you. They realize they misjudged you. That's crazy. Yeah, you was definitely misjudged. I'm hearing misunderstood. You was misunderstood. You was misjudged. They judged you wrong. And it's crazy because some of these people didn't even want to listen to understand you. Some of these people was listening to respond. I'm hearing. They didn't want to understand you because you were so different. Like, that's crazy. Breadcrumbing, yeah. They breadcrumbed you, not giving into this connection with you. They feel like a blessing was right in front of their face, and they thought that you were a fake. They thought that it was out of desperation. They thought it was a catch. So what they did was string you along, or purposely, um it's like dangling a carrot, like purposely withholding, like not really giving you the time of day on purpose, keeping a distance. They'll probably come in a little bit and then they pull away just to see. It's giving, like I said, breadcrumbing. It says giving minimal attention, told you, keeping options open, vague promises, never committing fully. Yeah. This person thought you were being desperate. They thought you were being fraud. They thought that you were a fake. That's why they played in your face. But they didn't understand that this is you was this person's. You was supposed to be for this person. It says match found, swipe right. You was the one that they were supposed to be with. It's a match. Online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. Some of y'all met this person online. Maybe you met them on a dating website. It don't have to be. But you was this person's match. So this is also saying instant attraction. Y'all bond was instant when y'all met. This is a once in a lifetime type of love. I don't know why it got me continue this, but this is whole spread. It's supposed to be the gossip spread, but if the gossip really is that people are noticing that you changed, right? And they don't understand your path. You still misunderstood and misjudged, but there is somebody in the background catching up to what it is that they lost. And it's sad that it's taking them to lose everything in the background for them, and including you, for them to realize that you was the real deal. Yeah, this person had somebody in the background. They had options. Some of y'all, they had options and they got somebody pregnant. And some of y'all, the person that's expecting is the person that they got in the background. I can't tell this person's in a relationship with somebody that they got pregnant, or one of the options they got pregnant. While breadcrumbing you, delaying things when it comes to you. Not wanting to make any effort. They purposely, intentionally made this bad decision to not show you any love because they felt like somebody was better, or they felt like you were always going to be waiting for them. But this is somebody that got too comfortable staying away from you. That's how they really lost you. It says temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement, just to forget. This person is trying to fill a void because they know they took too long while having a baby on the way. That's crazy. Ooh, these cards slide. Yeah. I feel like people may have not understood you before, and some still may not understand you now. But you were definitely misjudged. That's all I got to say. So people in the background is gossip. I got a feeling family and friends that you probably don't be around anymore. Especially if you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't sleep around, you don't do none of that no more. They the ones that's talking about how you changed. But there is somebody in the background that missed this once in a lifetime opportunity with you because they thought that you was being desperate. They thought you were being pick me. They thought that you weren't real. They thought that there was a catch if because you were being so nice to them. So they purposely withheld from you, purposely breadcrumbed you just to go sleep with somebody else and get them pregnant. This is sad. Okay, let's hurry up and wrap this up. What else is the gossip? Switch it up a little bit. Ten of Cups, they're not happy, reversed. Ace of Swords. Okay, it also can be saying the gossip is that you left behind family and friends because you felt like you didn't belong anymore. You changed. You made a conscious decision to give yourself a fresh new start. I knew it. Yep. I feel like and you're being rewarded for this. We got the world. Completion, reward, success. You are being rewarded for being selfish. And when I say be selfish, I mean people may call you self-centered. I feel like that is also the gossip. You're being self-centered, you don't want to be around nobody, stuff like that, right? But like I said, this is because you're misunderstood. But the spirit, they don't know spirit is rewarding you. Some of y'all, you could be worldwide. Some of you guys, you could be a vlogger, I'm hearing, a YouTuber, an influencer, I don't know. Maybe you have a podcast. Maybe you do that. But if not, I just feel like you are being selfish. You choosing yourself, Leo. And spirit is rewarding you because you got away from that old lifestyle. But yeah, that is the gossip that you have cut off friends and family members. You felt like you didn't belong. You wasn't happy. Yep, you left them where they at, past life. But it's also saying that the person in the background that's not happy where they at, that chose wrong, this person, they feel like they lost you. It says instant familiar instant familiar I cannot talk. Deja vu connection, old karma resurfacing. You've met before, just not here. Yeah. You're leaving people in the past. That is the gossip, including the past life lover that you were supposed to be with. I got a feeling, Leo, this is probably supposed to be your twin flame, but your twin flame didn't want to change, so you had to leave. They thought they was leaving you first, but slowly leaving you first, stringing you along just to see how desperate you're going to be. But I feel like it's because you know what? They were living in their dark side. That's all. They was living in their shadow. They didn't understand you. They didn't understand. I'm telling you, this person is slowly waking up though, but I feel like it may be too late. Look, we got new chapter as soon as I said that. You leaving everybody where they at. You leaving everybody in the past. That's the gossip. You left everybody behind because people were getting way too comfortable with, you felt like you were way too comfortable by being around them, or maybe you felt like they were being way too comfortable by being around you and not making progress in a life, and you felt like you were going in a cycle. But what else is the gossip on my window? Breadcrumbs again. Yeah, you made up your mind to stop talking to people because you got tired of being breadcrumb. You deserve the whole loaf, it says. Minimal effort, just enough to keep you around. Inconsistent contact. Yes, your family did that too. Some of y'all, your family never called you. They never was texting you. They never checked up on you. It was like you wasn't even alive. That's sad. You were in a repetitive cycle with your friends, your family, but you felt like you wasn't loved. You felt like you were being getting breadcrumb. Maybe they will only reach out when something like somebody die or something, or when somebody is having like an anniversary or something like that, or a wedding. Wow, you was breadcrumbed from friends and family and in love. I feel like you never really got to experience real love for real in any way, shape, or form with people. See, you was always a disappointment. Disappointed expectations, failed commitments. Nobody was loyal to you, Leo. Lost trust. Like I stated before, I don't trust nobody. Words meant nothing. You didn't care, even if they say I love you and then keep it moving. Those words meant nothing because you didn't feel love. You didn't feel welcome. You didn't feel like you belong. You didn't feel like they were family. Everybody was breadcrumbing you. You never really felt loved and appreciated around people. But this is a karmic lesson now. Because whoever it is that you left behind, you see these three people, they got something to think about how they hurt you. They're gonna be haunted about how they broke your heart. You were hurt. They didn't care about you being hurt. Now that you're gone, they're hurt. It says tough teacher, painful but necessary, showing you what to release. Learn it so you don't live it again. Yep, you're not repeating any more karmic cycles. And I stated that at the beginning. Y'all not repeating no more patterns. Y'all, some of y'all may have stopped smoking, stopped drinking, stopped sleeping around with people, stopped trying to find love in all the wrong places with lovers. You're not explaining yourself, you're not chasing, you're not calling family first no more, you're not calling at all. It's like you cut the cords with everybody in your life that was breadcrumbing you and making you feel like misunderstood. You were heavily misunderstood, you were heavily misjudged. People was very committed at one point in time, I'm here, maybe all the time, of misunderstanding you. A lot of you guys felt alone. You didn't feel like family was family. You didn't feel like the love interest that you were talking to. They didn't make you feel loved. They didn't make you feel valued. They didn't make you feel appreciated. But these are karmic lessons. Now everybody in the background, spirit is giving these people something not to forget. You're unforgettable. You're unforgettable to people. Yep. You're leveling up. So them breadcrumbing you, it upgraded you for real. I'm getting upgrade. Beyonce, upgrade. Them bread and crumbing you, it lead to a massive upgrade, literally. And that's probably why we got the world card where it says rewards. And then we got payback. Like literally. Spirit is about to pay you for all the pain and all the suffering that you have went through with these karmics, friends, old family members, whatever, love interest. It's sad because some of y'all, even the twin flame that thought that you were desperate and being pick me and it was and stuff like that. This person is going to be really living in a lot of deep regret because they felt like they took too long anyways, even if they want to come back. I want to know about, let me see. Let's clarify rebound. Yeah, they're expecting a child with somebody and they stand to avoid loneliness because like I said, they um they feel like they took way too long anyways to even try to come back. You're unforgettable. Caught, uncovering evidence, getting exposed, cheating revealed. Told you somebody in the background with that third party when I stated this is being exposed. So you being out the way, even if you already know about a child, you being out the way, they are going to continue to be exposed. They're not saying that they ain't cheating on that person. Whoever they got pregnant in the background, they still getting caught cheating. with somebody else trying to feel this person trying to replace you, trying to because they feel like they took too long to come back. And even though they got somebody in the background pregnant and they have options outside of their relationship, they're trying to replace you. They're trying to look for another you in somebody else's soul. They're trying to look for your soul in somebody else, basically. This person is trying to fill a void, basically, but they're still in the background sleeping around and getting caught cheating. Ooh, that's a relationship is about to end because we got kicked to the curb, child. Didn't I say, yep? And once they kick that your person to the curb, their money is gone. Their money is gone. Somebody could, yep. That's what's up. They about to leave empty handed. And we already stated that right here. But yeah, you being misunderstood, misjudged, breadcrumb is definitely leading to a straight upgrade. That's how spirit is paying you back. Spirit is paying you back in full of all the pain, all the suffering that you have went through, all because you decided to live a better life. You went down a better path. You live in a righteous life. But that's the gossip. You're being talked about. You're still misunderstood in some way and misjudged, but this is your path. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here, Leo, and y'all take care.